So it seems like everybody's doing garden tours. So I'm gonna do one or a couple. I'll do a couple garden tours today, I think. So this is a little shade bed I've been working on. Actually, mostly installed this the first year we've been here, so this garden's been in the ground for a little over 2 years now. Mostly foliage plants. I've got a collection of ferns, this Japanese painted fern, this Dixie wood fern that is emerging. This will probably be about 4 feet tall by the time it's done emerging. Tokyo wood fern here that is a little shorter, usually about 2 feet tall, and then an autumn fern growing next to it. And I've got this little corner of strawberry begonia, the Saxifraga stolonifera. Looks like it's starting to bloom. That's pretty cool. That plant grows really rapidly and forms a nice little semi-evergreen ground cover. I've got this citronelle heuchera. It's huge right now. You can see compared to my hand. A little, I can never remember the name of this. Red lightning, I think. Red lightning heuchera that I've actually had in this pot for 4 years now. It's actually forming kind of a little bit of a trunk here. That middle one is not doing so hot, but whatever. 4 years in a pot, that's not bad. And then this little viola here, Viola walterii or Walteri, Mount Cuba introduction. Nice little silver leaves. It's called Silver Gem. I never remember this name of this hosta. It's like raspberry or gooseberry something. It's got really pretty red speckled stems on it and really, really bright purple flowers when it blooms. It's actually one of the few hostas I really like when they bloom. Some Acorus, Ogon, really, really easy evergreen ground cover to grow. Likes wet areas, but it's pretty tolerant of a lot of different soil types and a lot of different moisture levels. It looks like a grass, but it's actually more closely related to irises. And then I actually have these newer ferns in here too. This is an interrupted fern. So it's Osmunda? I'm not sure, I can't remember, but it's related to like cinnamon ferns and royal ferns. And then this really cool epimedium, sandy claws. Most of this foliage is from last year, believe it or not. The newer foliage has that reddish color to it, really nice and glossy, and it's mostly done blooming right now, but has these really pretty big yellow flowers. Yeah, I like that one. He's doing well. Another interrupted fern, little baby Acorus that seems like it probably reseeded somehow. Some crested iris, but I've got better crested iris the further we go along. The Euphorbia Rabiae, that guy's pretty hard to screw up. Really nice evergreen ground cover as well. I'll probably chop these flowers down once they start to look a little raggedy. Next to that nice, really dark green, I've got some bright silvery Lamium, Purple Dragon, I think. Can never remember the different names between these different cultivars. But that'll bloom kind of a purpley pink flower. Next to that, actually, I have Lady's Mantle as well. It's kind of slow to emerge this year. Alchemilla. And then this, the sedum, the shade-tolerant sedum, I think Sedum lanare, something like that. That guy's coming in really, really strong. And there's my better-looking crested iris, Iris cristata. Nice bright flowers. And then a couple hosta. This was fragrant blue, even though they're not fragrant at all. It's a nice, really soft blue color. Then above all that, I have a smoke bush golden spirit. That guy's been in the ground for, well, I've had him for 4 years, and he's only been in the ground for 2 years. Moved him a couple times, and he seems to be doing pretty well. And then behind some of that stuff, I have in a smaller spot this Robbins plantain, this Erigeron, which the euphorbia is kind of crowding out. It's also ground cover. It seems to be taking its time establishing, and I usually only get one bloom off of it a year, but it's kind of in a tough spot, so I don't begrudge it. And then another little epimedium. I think this was, I legitimately have no idea which epimedium this is, but still really, really pretty. Nice soft foliage right now. Yeah, and that's my shade bed.